we just confirmed the coaches for season 31 of The Ultimate Fighter. Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler will go head-to-head as the coaches of The Ultimate Fighter, Team McGregor versus Team Chandler.
The wait for the return of Conor McGregor finally seems to be over. So let's put the spotlight on what has been going on between him and his possible opponent and what Dana White has to say about it. When and where will the bout take place? What does Dana White think of the fight? In what weight division are they going to fight? Will the winner of this fight get a title shot? Islam Makhachev's take on the fight? Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor's battling it out on Twitter? Well, this is going to be a really exciting year for the UFC, as we're going to see a lot of emerging and legendary fighters locking horns. And then at the end of the year, possibly the fight of the year is expected to be held, which could be record-breaking because it's already being hyped so much, and why not?
The one, the only, the notorious Conor McGregor!
This is the grand comeback of the notorious one that we're talking about. And the man has been out of action since he got injured back in July of 2021 when he locked horns with Dustin Poirier. Having recovered from a horrible knee injury, Conor McGregor has eyed many potential opponents in the last 6 months or so. And now, the promotion has confirmed he will meet former Bellator lightweight champion Michael Chandler. Both fighters will work as coaches, pitting teams against each other in The Ultimate Fighter Season 31, and before a money-spinning fight later in the year. April will mark a decade of McGregor as a UFC fighter, but the 34-year-old has not fought in almost 2 years, the second longest hiatus he has taken. His opponent, Michael Chandler, on the other hand, has won only 2 of his 5 fights in the UFC so far, and is coming off the back of a loss to Dustin Poirier at UFC 281. So he desperately needs a win, and if he's to get one against McGregor, it will be icing on the cake for Chandler. The question that many people have is, when are we going to see them in action? Well, there's been no official date set yet, but September looks like the earliest possible opening in the calendar because Season 31 of Ultimate Fighter begins in May, and both fighters will be out of camp to film the show, which means the earliest they can start preparing for this fight is the summer. It also is reasonable to think that this fight is to be held inside the T-Mobile Arena because 7 of McGregor's 9 pay-per-view bouts have taken place in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have been seeing some big bouts taking place in Abu Dhabi, so that could also be an option. Ever since the talks of this fight began, Dana White has been seen talking about it on multiple occasions. While talking about the potential bout, Dana said, "I think that's the fight that people want to see right now. I think that's an exciting fight." The fact that this season is on ESPN, if you think about The Ultimate Fighter and how long it's been around. It started on Spike, we had a run on Fox, and now it's going to be on the ESPN network. Dana White sure thinks highly of this fight, as he added.
It's exciting and it's fun, and it's an incredible opportunity for the contestants on the show. It's a big deal. This is a big season. It's a big deal.
McGregor has been posting his training videos and pictures on different social media platforms, and he clearly does not look like a lightweight fighter anymore, which puts a question in mind as to in which weight division these two are going to fight. Well, Dana White was asked about that too, and he said it's going to be lightweight. And he was asked the question on a show if it's going to be a lightweight fight, to which he replied, yeah. Although White says it will be in the lightweight division, there's still tons of time before the fight for something to change.
I think that there's a level of respect between those two. When you get inside and you see each other every day and you're crossing paths, but things happen. I don't know how it's going to play out, and that's what makes the season fun. I don't know how it's going to go.
He also says they don't have a date or a location picked, but he too, of course, hinted at either Las Vegas or Madison Square Garden, which is already many people's assumption. Another big question, what is the winner going to get? We have seen it in the last few months that Conor McGregor has tried getting his hands on the welterweight title. He was interested in challenging Kamaru Usman when he was the champion, and Kamaru Usman even offered him a title shot at the stipulation, which was for Conor to beat Nate Diaz. But it never happened because Nate Diaz did not want to fight Conor McGregor. So now that they are going to be fighting in the lightweight division, they must be thinking they will get a shot at Islam Makhachev, if Makhachev, of course, has the title till then, because he too has to defend his title against Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 284. Dana White himself is uncertain if the winner of Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler gets a title shot. Instead, he says it depends on what the division looks like, but he knows the winner will be in a good spot. Upon being asked about this, Dana said, "I don't know. What we do with that is, like when everyone was talking about when Conor comes back, who's he going to fight? You gotta look at the landscape. Who's already got the fights? Who doesn't? The Chandler fight is a fight people love. The fight is going to be absolute violence."
You know, how excited are you guys to obviously see Conor back and Chandler as being the opponent? Why was Chandler the right person to be opposite of Conor coming back?
Well, I think that's the fight that people want to see right now. I think that's an exciting fight.
While Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor may think that the winner of their bout deserves to be in a title bout, Islam Makhachev does not seem to think so. While talking about these two, Islam said, "Chandler versus Conor is a good fight for MMA fans, but both guys from me, where I am now, we have between us a long way." He added, "This is just a good fight for the fans, and that's it." The likes of Michael Bisping think that beating Chandler would grant McGregor a title shot, and while Makhachev doesn't think he deserved it, he did say that if the UFC offered it, he'd accept. The champ said, "My friends are going to be upset if this happens, but I told you, if UFC calls me, I never choose someone. If the UFC calls me, I'm going to be ready."
Now I fix one problem. I'm a bad match for everyone and I'm ready. Who UFC put in front of me, I'm gonna smash all these people.
Michael Chandler is confident going into possibly the biggest fight of his life. He is positive that he is the one who is going to be commanding this fight when the two are in the octagon. As he said, "He's going to feel my presence from the very beginning of the fight, and then from there, wherever the fight takes us." Chandler said to ESPN, "If I want to pick him up and put him down, I can pick him up and put him down, and put a beating on him and get a submission that way. I believe I finished Conor in the second round. That's my Mystic Mike take on this. Later on this year, whenever it is." McGregor, however, does not think so, of course. So he replied to this on Twitter, not with words, but with a laughing emoji, which implies that he does not really think much of Michael Chandler. Well, let's see who is the last man standing when the time comes.